Hello! As promised, it's been about a week. Here we are. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me yet, I'm Erica. I'm a professional ballet dancer, currently dealing with an injury, but I will be back dancing soon. I am living here in Michigan, and I like BTS, and I like to talk about dance. So here we are. In a couple previous videos, I talked about how I love watching Jungkook do contemporary dance, and would love to see him do like a full dance. So today we're gonna watch him in the, I believe it's Gael Dae-chan, maybe, performance. When they did the remix of Black Swan to like the Christmassy music. Not really Christmassy, but like Christmas themed. And this is gonna be the follow shot for the Bangtan bomb that was posted. So we're gonna talk about his dancing style and how he moves, because he's a really beautiful mover. Yeah, and he does this whole thing in heels, and it's terrifying, fascinating, but terrifying. So I think that's all I needed to tell you. Oh, I've been in Army since 2013. If you ever have any questions, just let me know. Here we go. Ta-da. The jingle bells. I love the silhouettes every time I watch this piece. His syncopation in his body is so good. He also turns really well. I love watching them. Okay, pause. I have to pause. I love watching them interact when they're off stage, because as a ballet dancer, like what you don't see happen in the backstage is stuff like this. So like, for example, like during Snow Scene in the Nutcracker, I, on my off cast, would just stand in the wings and make faces at my friends, because Snow Scene is really difficult. It's all jumps. And it was helpful to them to have something to laugh at while they were doing it, so they didn't feel like after the 40th time they were gonna die. So it's cool to see that that's how they are as well, where like your job is something that you love doing, and it's not something that's like, I don't want to say it's not stressful, because it is stressful. It's 100% stressful, but it's something that you're like trying to enjoy and like channeling, and it's just cute to see him be a person backstage. Yeah. And then the immediate like shift that happens as soon as you step on stage. It's like you are a character from the moment the light hits you till the moment it's off. So anyway. His hairstyle though. And he's all completely back in character. He's got that like thing happening with his neck when he gets really intense again. The little palm tree will hit the ponytail. Watching him dance, I feel like, oh, that was a foot. That was a nice foot. Jungkook seems like one of those partners that I would absolutely trust to catch me no matter what. And it's not just from how he's built, he kind of gives this like vibe of trustworthiness. I could be way off. I don't know him. So that's an attitude turn. leg is behind you and your knee is supported, but it's bent. We'll talk about it in a second. He has really great extension of his moves too. So like every move feels like it completes itself to his fullest limb extension. It doesn't stop short. It's kind of crazy to me that at some point Jungkook apparently didn't dance with emotion, because he has a lot now, and that's really, honestly, as a dancer, it's hard for me to imagine that, because I'm also a ballet teacher. That's one of my many jobs that I have. And my students were working on a performance right now, which is next weekend. And we're just spending pretty much the entire rehearsal time talking to them about their characters and talking to them about emotion when they dance and drawing your audience in. And they're all in high school, and I mean, they're pre-professional students, so that's what the kind of school I teach at. So all of these students are trying to have a career in ballet, and honestly, it's the most difficult thing that they have to learn, because it's almost, I want to say that some people have it and some people don't. Some people can develop it, but some people can't. So to hear that he didn't have emotion when he was dancing and now he reads so well to an audience, like, I can only imagine the kind of like brain work that had to go into that, because it's a different kind of work. It's kind of more a mental thing and learning yourself and falling into, I love being on stage more than I like being in regular life normally, because I can be whoever I want to on stage, and they can be powerful and confident and strong. They could be sassy or evil or sweet and kind, and I don't know, they don't necessarily have to be who I am in real life, but I get to be that person for however many minutes I'm on stage, and that's really cool. So to see how his dancing reads now so well is really cool. Oh, that turn. Okay, so here we go. Ballet. An attitude, I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with the term arabesque. It's a widely used ballet term in the world at large. It's pretty much every dance poster you've ever seen of every dancer ever. Arabesque. You're standing on one leg, your leg is stretched behind you, you have your arms in front of you, your eye line is falling out over your hand, your other arm is squared, and basically like this. And your leg is behind you, typically on a releve, which means that your heel is not touching the floor, or on point for female dancers. An attitude is essentially the same position of the leg, but it has rotated from the hip so that the kneecap is facing, well, it should be facing sideways if you're turned out anyway, but the kneecap is facing towards the viewer, and the knee is supported, but it's bent. That's an attitude, so it's still behind you. When he does that turn, it's an attitude, but typically the way that, okay, so here's some more ballet terms for you. When you turn towards the foot that's up in the air for any pirouette, that's going to be an en dehors turn. If you turn towards the leg that you're standing on, that's an en dedans turn. En dedans turns are typically easier to get momentum for because of the position of your legs and the fact that you're turning towards the leg you're standing on. So you have more power to push from your working leg and your working side. When you turn away from this leg, your standing leg, an ande or turn, I'm gonna say these wrong at some point, I just know it, and somebody's gonna come for me in the comments. When you're turning away from the leg, it's typically harder to control, but also as the leg leaves passe, which is as your toe is touching your knee, and it becomes a longer position, like an attitude, the way that he does it, it's really hard to find a center of balance underneath you. So the stacking of your head, your chest, your hips, your knee, your toe becomes really difficult as that leg lengthens behind you because your center of balance has changed. And then he adds this like rotational port-a-bras with it as well. Make sure it's coming off. And that adds a whole new dynamic. So I just can't help but feeling, we know that JK works out. I mean, you have to. And we know that he likes working out, but like in order to do what they do, you have to work out. I work out pretty much every day of the week. Like I go to the gym, I do yoga, I do Pilates, like I have cross training, I have all my physical therapy stuff. Like I work out a lot and I like it. We know that JK also likes to work out, but the boys in general have to do a lot of extra stuff. So we know that he is very strong, but you can tell how strong he is and how he finishes all of those turns that he does in this piece with the amount of control that he does. So it's really telling of his strength. And like I said, like I feel like that man, like just watching him partner Jimin in the MMA's was it? I don't know, I don't remember. I'm really bad at like dates and stuff, so half the time I forget my own birthday. But but just the way that he partners Jimin and knowing his body structure from what I can see, I guess, anatomically, he looks like, and also knowing, I mean, I don't know his personality, but like what he shows us is guys, tangent again, they deserve to have things that we don't know. They deserve to be people that we don't know about, because that's just basic human rights. Like we don't have to, you shouldn't know everything about them. Like I could not tell you their favorite color or what their parents' names are, because that was just never something that I felt like I should know, because I don't know, it feels invasive that like that's their private life. Like that's, anyway, but he seems as though I would feel very comfortable if he was my partner. I would feel the rule of thumb for partnering is for the male, you don't let your female hit the ground at any point. Like if you lose your grip on her, like my teachers always told the boys in my class that if you feel like she's slipping, you throw yourself underneath her so that she hits you before she hits the ground. And I don't know, I just feel like that would be something that he would do naturally based off of instinct, and also wouldn't drop me anyway. Like I said, I don't know, I have no idea, just thoughts. Yeah, he has a really beautiful movement quality. You can tell though when something's really intense. Okay, so I really like watching Jungkook when he's relaxed and having fun. Don't get me wrong, I love this. But he's just so like intense, and there's a lot of tension in his neck, which, like I said, is not a bad thing. I just like watching people have fun. And he has a really nice smile, so I like to watch that too. So I don't know if you've noticed yet, but if I had a second bias or a bias wrecker, that would be, yeah. So here we are. But anyway, he just has a really nice movement quality, and he's very smooth. Not in the sylph-like way of Jimin. Sylph is like a fairy ghost thing. It's a ballet. It's ballet terms. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. But more in like a powerful, elegant kind of way. I don't know. They're both elegant. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just making words up now at this point. But he's very powerful. And you can tell from the way that he throws, it's like his shoulders and his head and then his neck tenses when he's doing stuff like this. So I hope that made sense to you. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm trying to stick to shorter videos because I know you guys all have stuff to do. So I'm gonna go back to watching Ballerina, which is one of my favorite webtoons. That is finally a web drama on Netflix, and I adore it because it's got real dancers in it. Jungkook's like his body double that does all his dancing for him is stunningly beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna go keep watching that. And in the meantime, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.